Fletcher Farm has always been a place where creativity takes center stage.
For over 75 years, there has been an art and crafts school on this campus. The campus itself was left to the Fletcher Farm Foundation for the purposes of education.
For years, it was a close-knit creative community designed for artists to immerse themselves fully in their craft.
Our previous model was that artists would come from near and far and stay and offer really immersive, like week-long type of workshops.
Today, Create Together at Fletcher Farm has shifted to meet the needs of the local community and visitors alike.
We have gone through a strategic planning process to become a community arts center that welcomes all types of artists of different experience levels, both visitors and locals alike.
This new and more accessible approach welcomes anyone to drop in and perfect their art or try something new.
We're focused on offering once-a-week type workshops or things that happen on the weekends so that people who have regular jobs can also partake.
It's become a space where art fits into daily life rather than a destination apart from it.
It is so refreshing to be a beginner and there's a lot of room given here for my beginner status, which is really supportive, but there's something really exciting about learning something new in your life.
Marta has taken to mastering the loom, something that many would say proves quite difficult.
It also teaches you a tolerance of making mistakes. When you're a beginner, you make lots of mistakes, and it teaches me patience with myself.
Each studio here is alive with activity.
You're always learning something. That alone is a terrific thing.
Paintbrushed across a canvas.
This one is very soft and it's easy to paint with.
Clay flattened for pottery, quilts sewn together, and stained glass pieces nearly ready to catch the light. There are workshops and open studio space where artists can continue to grow.
We've seen lots of local businesses closing down with COVID, with flooding, and to give people a place to go and be themselves and maybe try something new and create without really strenuous physical activity such as on the mountain or involving food and drink at restaurants in town. I think it's nice to have another option for people to get out of their houses and come together.
And just down the road, Depot Street Gallery, home of the Silver Spoon, continues that same dedication to promoting art in the community.
I do art shows all over the Northeast, and as I'm traveling, that's where I find a lot of the artists for the gallery.
This is not just a gallery, it's home to more than 150 regional artists and craftsmen.
The drums are done in Burlington. It's called Vermont Singing Drum.
At the heart of the space is the studio and in-house brand known as the Silver Spoon.
I create functional art out of antique flatware.
Its creator, metalsmith and designer Stephen Manning began the business after selling his creations at an art fair in Amherst, Massachusetts.
I had 50 wind chimes and I sold 48. And I was like, so that was the beginning.
The concept is simple but deceptively imaginative. What's old is suddenly new again. That's right, what was once a fork, spoon, or knife at a family table has been transformed into a piece of art. Wind chimes, jewelry, bobbing fishermen, the list goes on and on.
It's a great way to reuse something that's beautiful. It's a great way to use the craftsmanship from years ago that people had put into making these pieces of silverware.
Every bend, twist, or cut carries the memory of another era, reimagined into the artistry of now.
Some of the old sterling pieces nowadays, they're just getting melted down. So if I can capture that and make it into a ring or into a bracelet, it goes on for next generation.
And Stephen Manning tells us he does a lot of work with family silver, turning it into art. He says it's a great way to cherish a silver set that might be tarnishing away in Grandma's closet. Then everybody in the family gets a special item to wear or display in their home. And back to Create Together at Fletcher Farm, many of the studios have donated materials for visitors to use, such as fabrics in the sewing studio, paint in the painting studio.